Hey everybody, it's Bob. Just my opinion, Bob. It's April 17th. This is the video number 2 of 2. So it's my second video for the day, and I wanted to talk about guitar manufacturing for a bit. One of the benefits of doing these videos and dealing with guitars is I've gotten to meet a lot of interesting people. I won't drop any names because I don't want to mention their names, but I have met some extraordinarily interesting people in and out of the business of music. I've met a lot of people in manufacturing that are no longer in manufacturing. Some are still in manufacturing of instruments, electronics, pedals, all sorts of things. And it's been pretty helpful. It's been an eye opener for me. I've learned a lot of different things that I really wasn't aware of. If anytime I mention initials here, I'm gonna explain what the initials are because not everybody knows what they are. Like the MSRP means the manufacturer's suggested retail price. When I talk about things like that, I will be talking about the MAP, which is MAP. It's the minimum advertised price. I will be talking about the wholesale price, the WPI. It's the wholesale price index. And lastly, I'll be talking about the BOM, BOM. That's the bill of materials. And all this is very important in manufacturing. Very important. As I mentioned about the comments, I get a lot of great comments, and we're all kind of in the same ballpark and things. We all have maybe different views of what's better or best, or we're on the same track, but we've taken different lines. We're all talking about good guitars, but we all can't play them all, and although we'd like to, we can't all play them all. So the fact of the matter is, I've gotten a couple comments where I had a comment the other day. And it's hard to have a conversation like this with someone when they just don't get it. Some people are living in the 1940s or the 1950s, and they just think that things have continued like that to the present day, and they haven't. I made a video about, I think it was about one of the Martin copies, or one of the Chinese guitars. And their comment was, yeah, they stole the IP, the intelligent property. They got slave labor, and they're selling these as authentic. And I told them, nobody stole the internet. Nobody stole the intelligent property. Nobody, the slave labor in China. Are you kidding me? Those days are long gone. Those people are making a very decent living over there, and selling authentic. No. Let's take the copies, for example. Let's just talk about Martin. Let's just do Martin. We'll do one just so we can keep it straight. There's places like AliExpress, Timo, eBay, a host of others. There's private little builders, everything. Have you seen anyone advertise a guitar as a Martin, let's say a Martin D45? No. Show me if I'm wrong, but I've never seen it, and I see a lot. I am into this daily, hunting, looking, talking. I'm in touch with manufacturers, everything. I've never seen any of those people advertise a Martin anything. Now, have I seen them advertise a D45? Yes, and a lot of people have done that, a D45. They'll advertise it. That's a style. Understanding what a D45 is, it has the abalone trim on the front, on the fingerboard. It has abalone on the side, and it has your abalone and here. It has the abalone in the back. You know, you go to a D28 or a D41. A D41 does not have the abalone here. It's that D48, 41, 42, D28, D35. It's just used to describe the style of guitar. But they're not saying, "Oh, we're selling you a Martin D45." No. They're selling a replica, a copy. Call it whatever you want. I know some of you call them counterfeits, whatever. But if you think that's a counterfeit, man, then you must have Dr. Vinny Boom Bots for a doctor then, because those are not counterfeits. They're nothing like the real McCoy. They look nice, but it's not like the real guitar. So, but the fact of the matter is, what people do have a hard time understanding is China leads the world in manufacturing, and that is a fact. China leads the world in manufacturing. We cannot manufacture guitars like that here, and we can't get them out for that kind of money because manufacturing is kind of dried up in this country on a lot of different things. Yeah, there's Gibson and Fender making guitars, and they don't have to be selling them at those prices. If you knew what the bomb was on a Les Paul, you would be dumbstruck. You'd say, Bob, you're wrong. It can't be 200 some dollars. No, but it is, and they're selling them for 3,500. That's how it works. But we can do this with a Chinese guitar too. The bomb on a Chinese guitar is, let's take one of those inexpensive Martins that they sell. The bomb on those guitars is $30. They're selling to the wholesaler over there. Now they work a little different than we do in this country. They're a little different with their wholesalers, but they're selling to their wholesaler for $50, and then the wholesaler will get a group of their resellers that sell them on the internet, and it's probably $70 tops. That's for an all solid. So you can imagine what the cheap stuff goes for. And if you've ever bought in one of these, they don't hide the fact. You'll see it right on the invoice. You can see what they've got it insured for, because that's what they have to do. They have to insure it for the price. And this is going to be interesting with the tariffs coming up. Are the tariffs going to be on the bomb? Are the tariffs going to be on the wholesale price? Are they going to be on the map? We don't know. Especially with these nuts we got in office. I don't know what's going to happen, anything. And that could change, not from day to day, that could change from hour to hour or minute to minute, the way these guys are doing things. But that's another story for another video. But when I say China is, all of our finest guitars now are all coming from China. I mean, look at the quality it's coming out of there. It's incredible. And is it a big surprise? Not to me, but to some people, they say, they can't build enough. They've been building instruments for hundreds more years than anybody else has been building instruments. I mean, they've been building them more than they have in this country, and they've been building them more probably in a lot of Europe. So they know what they're doing. And you take a company like Eastman. Eastman is probably one of the last Chinese companies, and they make a wide range of musical acoustic instruments, violins, guitar, everything. They are probably one of the last that are 95% still all handmade. Not too many other places can make that statement at all. That's one of the last. And slowly but surely they're using a little bit more machinery, but it's still basically almost all handmade. And the prices are realistic. They're actually realistic for the times. So that's what I wanted to say. I mean, I'm talking. I'm not, when I say Chinese, I hope you're not thinking of copies. I'm talking Gibson's Epiphone line. I'm talking about Fenders, not even Fender Squire. I'm talking about Fender acoustic guitars. They're Paramounts. They're Palermo. These are all made in China, and they are awesome. They are incredible. Recording King, the Blue Ridge, the name I can't pronounce, the Hissamino, whatever, another name I butcher all the time. Top end guitars. Canada's a little different story. The Godin guitars, excellent. I always like Godin guitars, and Boucher. There's a lot of guitars out of Canada that are still just excellent guitars, I think, and priced accordingly also. I don't think it's outlandish like they are in America. And as far as Martin, sure, Martin's a great guitar. I've said this 100 times. They're great guitars. Are they what they were? No, they're not. Check out the videos. You'll see it. It doesn't take long to find them. They've got the bindings coming off. They've got the bridges lifting up. They've got necks being reset. It's just times have changed. Workers have changed. That old crew, the craftsmen, they're not there. But you see that in our lifestyle too. You don't see technical schools like you used to back in the day. We don't do that stuff here anymore. It's just a different situation. It's too bad, but this is the way we've gone in this country, and that's just the way it is. So Chinese guitars are really something. So don't be so turned off by them or say it's junk or they're stealing this and that. And I ain't stealing nothing. As far as a Martin guitar goes, that's another good point. You say, well, maybe they did reverse engineering. They probably took the Martin all apart and figured out how. They didn't even have to do that. You can go to Martin. You can buy them from Guitar Center, musicians. You can look up Martin kit, and you can buy a Martin guitar in kit form. It's completely disassembled. You can buy that and put it together yourself. Is it going to be as good as the Martin you bought at the factory? Not if I put it together, but... And if you're a carpenter or you have some woodworking skills, could you do it? Yeah, maybe. It might not look pretty, but you could do it. If you're a cabinet maker, yeah, you could probably do it if you're a cabinet maker. That's a level above a carpenter. So, but the thing is, the kits that they're selling you, they make no claims about it. They'll tell you it's their seconds. It's the wood they wouldn't use for their own guitars. But you can get a Martin kit and build it yourself. So what's the difference with building that yourself, putting the Martin name on it, or having a Chinese build one and putting the name on it? I don't know. I'm lost. And is that Chinese guitar the same as that kit? No. Most of these Chinese ones are just solid top, laminated back and sides. And with that, I've probably said too much and bored you already. So I just wanted to get that information out there. But the wholesale price is just changing on so many of these different people. I feel sorry for I'm not going to call them mom and pop stores. I call them independent music stores. They're in such a bind. You take a company like Fender. To buy from Fender, it's just not, you just don't buy, you say, I want to buy acoustic guitars or I want to buy electric guitars. No, from Fender, you're going to buy the electric guitars, but you're also going to have to buy this line from them, this product from them, and this product. You have to get a package. You can't just buy what you want. And so many more companies are doing this now. And then the same thing in prices. You get guitars from these wholesalers. There's one price if you just want to buy it wholesale. Then there's another price of wholesale if you want to buy that with this and that. Then they give you another price in wholesale. So it's just a mess. Meanwhile, that retailer is stuck with a MAP, minimum advertised price. He's got to sell that guitar for exactly what everybody else is selling it for. You can't change it. He can have a sale or claim it's an open box or something like that and discount it a little bit or have a sale within the store, but he cannot advertise it like that. He cannot. It's a minimum advertised price. Everything's equal across the board. Makes it very, very hard for an independent. The big guys can absorb it. They've got private investors in their company and that, but they're not like the little guy that's got to pay his rent and raise his family and everything else. So that's enough. I've bored you enough. If you have any comments, please leave them. I'm interested in hearing what you have to say. All right? Talk with you all later.